Relevant wrestling, the fortunate sons of flipping this. Catch a pilot newsletter, cause they're ubiquitous. Wanna hang with these studs? Better pack a lunch and strolling, or catch a spirit Superman punch from Roman. Lady Swoon getting these hands for fortune. Hollywood stars destroyed, only Lorcan. Kramer is a pro at the scripts and showing the gifts. When I blow in the gift, you catch a moment of bliss. Keith flees basking in glory. Stress or falter, if your 5 fingers cross your chest like Walter. Gibraltar status, knew the way you still shook. Best in the world, a straight edge like Phil Brooks. Win titles with no case for.
Greetings, Buzz Humans, Marks, Hipsters, Trolls, Bros, WrestleBays, and the rest of the Relevant Wrestling family. It's me, your host and the humble narrator for this evening's main event, the voice of Relevant Wrestling Productions, Joe Fortune, and I am joined by my triple threat teammates. That's right, my trio's Freebird brothers. I'm talking about Tim, aka Bruiser Brody, Chris, my man. What's up, fellas? How the hell are you?
It's good, man. It's a good day, especially when I get to see your two faces.
It's a super showdown, bro.
That's
right?
A round?
Super showdown. A great.
I'll be in bed when that's live.
It's a great day to go down under.
It's always a great. Yeah.
We're getting we're burning the midnight oil here. We're burning the midnight THC oil. We are here for episode 20 of the most relevant and buzzworthy podcast in all of professional and indie wrestling. This is False Finish Productions presents Relevant Wrestling Weekly Buzz. Like I said, episode 20. This is the show where we ask the tough questions. We ask the Buzz Humans, the listeners, are you relevant? Are you buzzworthy? Are you adequately prepared to ride the buzzwaves with us? This is a show where we bring that old school flair, no nonsense bullshit. We talk about the news, the rumors, sometimes predictions, the controversial stuff, the not safe for work topics. That's what we do. We swing our battle axes. We cut down the marks. We ride the buzz waves together. It's Joe Fortune, Bruiser Brody, Chris.
Yeah. It's time to get out the sharpening stone, boys.
That's right. Doing the damn thing. Like I said, burn the midnight oil, just a few hours away from the Super Showdown.
Oh, wow. That's today.
At 5 a.m.
Yep, at 5 a.m. So maybe we'll talk about that. Maybe we won't. This is Relevant Wrestling Weekly Buzz. Whatever we feel like talking about, we are going to talk about. But before we do that, of course,
match on it.
I gotta plug the social media.
Oh, good.
Yeah, gotta pay the bills somehow. We are happy to be part of the False Finish family. So make sure to check out all of our social media so you can ride those digital buzzwaves with us. Check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/relevant wrestling, and facebook.com/false finish productions. Twitter and Instagram at relevant wrestling and at false finish pro. I believe on Instagram it's false finish pro with underscores. So false_finish_pro. Subscribe. Subscribe to both of our YouTube channels. The more you subscribe, then you can find out as soon as we put content up. Make sure to check us out all over podcasting platforms: iTunes, Audio Boom, Google Play Music, Spotify, Podbeam, all those good things. Leave us some positive reviews, 5-star reviews on iTunes so we can hit the charts. That would be nice. Numbers are up on some of our other shows. Make sure to check out False Finish Productions, their flagship podcast. Check out, of course, us doing the weekly buzz as we are now. Check out I Dream of Joshi and Relevant Wrestling Goes Beyond. Make sure to check out our relevant reviews on our notes section, on our Facebook group page, on the Japanese Pro Ichiban page on WordPress, and on falsefinish.com. And hit us up for your copy of the most interactive wrestling zine on the planet if you're watching the video version.
Oh, look at that. So brand new, fresh.
There it is. Live. It's a better shot. Now the camera is reversed. So you can see us. There it is. Relevant Rag. Issue 3, the most interactive wrestling zine on the planet. A lot of contributions in here, especially from these two guys, Tim and Chris.
This looks the same.
Well, to you it does, but to us it's different. Don't worry.
That's what they told me all my life.
Oh my god. Yeah, we all look the same.
You dumb ginger.
Jesus Christ. All right, BuzzTunes. The holiday season is oh cool. We have like Malcolm in the middle on in the background with no sound on, and I love that clip of Bret Hart. That there's a WCW clip where Bret Hart puts Benoit in the sharpshooter. I love that. Yeah, exactly. Chris Benoit. BuzzHumans is
Bork Laser.
It's almost the holiday season, so why don't you check out our show description in our bio, and you can find the link to our Relevant Rasslin Pro Shop, and you can check out some exclusive zines that we have on there. You can buy some of those. We got a Hulk Hogan zine. We got a women's wrestling zine. We got some Joshi stuff on there. We got some cool prints. We got the Relevant Wrestling mixtape with some cool old Japanese wrestling themes on there. So make sure to check that out. And yeah, BuzzHumans, here we are once again, ready to do that relevant thing. It is episode 20 of False Finish Productions presents Relevant Wrestling Weekly Buzz. Let's get right into some topics here. We've got a lot of topics. Maybe, like I said, if we feel up to it, we'll do a little predictions for Super Showdown. But I'm not really sure about that. We'll see if we get to that. Here we go. Here's a cool one. We'll get your guys' opinion on this. This one is Undertaker explains why characters are important in wrestling today. So I got this from WrestlingInc.com. Let's pull this one up right here.
It's that interview, right?
Yeah, but I don't have like the clip exact. I tried to find.
Yeah, I saw it recently on Instagram. Oddly,
The Undertaker will be making his first non-WrestleMania wrestling appearance this Saturday at Super Showdown since his first appearance since the Greatest Royal Rumble. This is a fucked up sentence. It should say The Undertaker will be making his first non-wrestling appearance this Sunday. His first appearance since the Greatest Royal Rumble this past April, and only his second televised non-WrestleMania match since competing in the 2017 Royal Rumble nearly 2 years ago. At 53 years old, Undertaker still relies on being one of the most popular characters in WWE history to continue to awe the fans in attendance. Recently, Undertaker was part of a series from Pastor Ed Young of Fellowship Church called Rasslin. Rasslin. That's spelled horribly. Should be called Rasslin, like Relevant Wrestling, which documents the strong connections between wrestling and the Bible. No, actually, it shouldn't be called Rasslin then. Undertaker was a guest and did a rare out of character interview about the pro wrestling business. Having nearly 30 years of experience from the WWE regarding his character being able to transcend eras. I don't think he was in WWE for 30 years, but actually maybe he was.
30 of them. All of them.
Yeah, actually he is. Undertaker commented on how important this element is in the success of a competitor. Wrestling and sports entertainment is not about moves. It really isn't, said Undertaker. It's about being able to evoke emotion in one facet or another. You either have to make people love you or you have to make people hate you. It really doesn't matter either way. If you can't bring the emotion out of your audience, then you're not going to have them for long. Undertaker added on how many matches in this era of wrestling caused fans to focus more on the moves than putting the wrestlers over. What happens with these young guys is they're so athletic and so gifted. They'll do some crazy double backflip off the top rope and land on somebody on the floor, and that's when what the audience takes away from it, that this guy does crazy stuff, said The Undertaker. But you can only see that so many times before you need something new, and then that person has to up that. You have to keep upping the ante, and by doing that, you increase your potential for injuries. Undertaker highlighted such characters as The Rock, Ric Flair, and John Cena being people who had the ability to make people love them or hate them. Although wrestling moves should be used to tell the story, it ultimately, quote, boils down to the character and being able to bring either love or hate out of your crowd. So what do you guys think? Tim, what do you think? You agree with Undertaker there, or you think he's just a salty old
well, why didn't he mention Roman Reigns?
What's his character?
What?
It's a big dog. What's a big dog? Well, we know
But
what a big dog is.
doesn't he emote emotions?
People just hate him
People
because
love him or they hate him. He should have said John Cena and then Roman Reigns. No, I completely 100,000 whatever times agree with them. It's the truth, because that's what they take away from it. It's like you could do those moves, but there needs to be at least some character building, or it goes for nothing. You know what I mean? Because like it's almost to right now Ricochet. Like, yeah, he does have the title, but like, what's his like actual character? Or, you know, like what's he building up right now? Or is he just some like badass that could like back it up? And, you know, I don't know. I think it's character building helps people invest in you to either care about you and care about you either hating you or loving you. They're still saying something. And, you know, just because you can wrestle really well, it doesn't mean someone's going to like you. Like, you can have some of the best wrestlers in the world, but if they can't talk, they drown. They drown, unfortunately, but that's just the way it is.
Chris, what do you think? You down for flips and shit, or you think Undertaker, you know, he's saying what needs to be said? I know a lot of the marks are going to disagree with Taker and say he's old and salty, but
I agree with Taker. I mean, first of all, it's the Undertaker. Why do we like the Undertaker? Because of his character.
One of the most long.
Why do we love someone or hate someone? Is because of their character, not because like, oh, you punch like a girl, or like you do this drop kick well, or you fall flat in your face. No, you hate or love a person because of their character. You need character. Without character, you're nothing. That's why I probably why I don't kick the Roman Reigns. Like, what's his character? People just don't like him because he was just like the marks what forced him down the throat.
He's the man.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's the big dog, though.
I know. I like someone like The Miz because like his character is like, you know, a cocky like movie actor. He always finds a way to win the match, clean or like, you know, dirty. He always finds a way. That's his character. That's why you love him or hate him.
Cheater.
The man. I love The Miz.
The Miz is
man.
But yeah, I agree with Taker. You need character. Without character, like, why would we invest? Why would we like this person or that person?
Who are you?
Who cares?
Well, I feel like there's a lot of guys like that in the roster right now, the main roster and the NXT roster. Like Tim said, they got the moves, but like, who are you? So this I found kind of interesting. And I feel like this is a topic that we talk about maybe once a year on the show. It always comes up, but, you know, they never really do anything about it. You know, I think this is a way to, like, get people interested in the network. This is from PWI Insider. So according to PWI Insider, Vince McMahon is pushing to heavily shift to a 4-tiered package for the WWE network in 2019. The tiers would be broken down as follows. The first tier would be free basic content. Pay-per-views would not be included. So there you go. You get free content off the WWE app. That's nice. Tier 2 would be $4.99. This tier would include everything from Tier 1 as well as the Big 4 pay-per-view events. Tier 3 is like the current tier that they already have, the $9.99 one. This would continue to be the programming that you receive today, all network specials and limited commercials. And then a fourth tier for $14.99 that would include no commercials, additional live content not currently being provided on the network, and additional perks. The extent of those perks is not clear at the current time. And I also have, to follow up on that, a little note here that says, discussions on details are still in the works, but expect progress and possibly evolve and other companies, I would guess like ICW, to be part of the more expensive price rates. So probably tier 3 and tier 4.
Well, that would probably be tier 4 for the live content.
Yeah, and for like the indie shows. So what do you guys think? You think that they're actually going to move into a new model next year, especially, you know, trying to get people interested and like with going on the Fox Sports Network? You think this is just like, you know, something that they just bring up all the time? They're always talking about changing the network and trying to get more people into it. We've been hearing for a while now, oh, they're going to put indie content on there, but we haven't seen it. I don't know, Chris, what do you think?
I mean, I'm surprised I haven't canceled it yet. But I mean, me personally, like I use it just mainly because of all the pay-per-views during the year. So what I'm getting now, like I'm perfectly fine with. Like what, like their commercials, what are they promoting? They're promoting the network that you're already paying for. So why are you having commercials? Like there's no, like you never see like
Sponsors.
vendors,
Yeah,
sponsors, vendors or anything like that on there. So like they're always promoting like their stuff on a network that you already have, which confuses me. But I mean, I'll just stick to the regular plan.
Tim, would you buy the $14.99 plan, Tim, if they started putting Progress and Evolve and stuff like that on there? I know we've paid like $10, $20 for Evolve pay-per-views before, and that's I think Evolve, you know, now they have like Club WWN, which is probably a $30 or I don't know, $20 or $30 monthly membership. But I mean, if they cut that out and you could get those same Evolve shows for an additional $5 a month, you know, it's kind of like Powerbomb TV almost, where there's multiple promotions involved. Would you pay the extra $5 for more content?
I am happy where I am, but I do like that. But fuck them. I don't know. I do like the four. I do like the 4-tier system. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, like I think it would, like if you're that into wrestling, you know what I mean. Like the top tier is more honest. I hate to say it, like it's kind of like punishing the people that like you know like wrestling more, because clearly it's going to be the more exclusive content, and you're going to get your people that are just going to do the bottom 2 tiers, which is fine. You know, if you want to get the people in, get the people in. But I don't know. I just feel like I don't know about you guys. I'm pretty sure you are too. Like I've been a customer since day one.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, like I just always feel like, and this could just be me, you know, I'm not, you know, nobody's view, but like, I just feel so fucking slighted. Like I feel so slighted. It's just like, oh, get the network, get WrestleMania for free. Like, what the fuck is that shit?
Oh yeah, dude, I know, and that's been like, I feel like a running joke on here for quite a long time, and I think we've even like put the WrestleMania Network plan. And
maybe it's like, you know, you know, it's like if you're like just a day one customer, right? Like you could maybe get like a couple, like a 25% off like each tier.
Yeah. And I think we've even put like the network model up for like flop of the year for Buzzy Awards and shit like that.
But to be honest with you, if you're that into wrestling and you do watch those shows, oh, it makes total sense. Like complete and utter total sense to do it. But fuck them.
Yeah, I mean, Progress has a streaming service currently, I believe, and like I said, WWN does as well. Like I said, I mean, I go to a lot of the Evolve shows anyway. Obviously, I don't go to Progress shows because they're, you know, in England. But I would probably pay the extra $5 myself and get the 4th tier just because it would, you know, give me more content to watch and more stuff to cover. But
yeah, none of that original programming bull spit.
Yeah, you know, well, you know, there's a big library on there, and I read that something like since the network debuted, they have 6 times as much content on as like the day that it debuted.
That's so awesome. It's disgusting.
It's just crazy, and I feel like so much of that stuff will just never get watched. Like there's like catalogs and catalogs of old school promotions on there.
Yeah, I've had it since day one, and I find new stuff every day.
I get a lot out of it. I feel like some people don't, and they bitch about it, and they're like, "Oh, I'll cancel it because Roman Reigns is the champion." Well, how about you don't cancel WWE Network and instead you just go back and watch Nitro? You know, you could literally watch Nitro instead of watching Raw for the next 3 or 4 years. You have nothing to bitch about, but you know, then you wouldn't have marks.
You already know the outcome.
Yeah, exactly. God forbid we watch something old. All right, so working plan. This is another one that we bring up a lot. But let's give the update on it. Working plans currently for Survivor Series. Yeah, remember a couple weeks ago when they said there was going to be the big stable wars at Survivor Series? Does not look like that's happening. I want to call bullshit on that. All those dirt sheet motherfuckers out there.
Well, you're the one who took it.
Well, yeah, I mean, we had to read it. Of course, it was a rumor, but I just want to say that you guys bullshitted us. You said that we were going to get Pentagon and Phoenix, and we were going to get this big stable, the Paul Heyman stable. We were going to get the LWO stable. We were going to get some other freaking Authors of Pain stable. Haven't seen it yet, guys.
Sounds like a Mark's dream.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
Who is this Mark you keep speaking of?
Well, I think he is the guy who produced WWE 2K19. So go play that.
Todd?
That's out now. So go do your fantasy booking in that game.
Does he know Todd?
I don't know why. Anyway, so yeah, let's see what the current plans for Survivor Series are, because you know they're constantly changing. But this guy's name has been brought up a lot. So we got current plans for Survivor Series would be, as we mentioned last week on the show, Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker, or a 4-on-4 concept, which I remember we originally said maybe there was going to be like a Team Angle versus Team Corbin, but haven't heard much about that. But they are looking to do, or they are tossing around the idea of doing, this is not going to happen, but DX and 2 NXT stars versus the Brothers of Destruction, John Cena, and someone else. And of course, there's like Shawn Michaels, you know, possibly wrestling at the Royal Rumble as well. I don't know. What do you think about Tim? It seemed like you had something to say, so that's all right. You can say. What do you think about this? Now this is the latest Survivor Series rumor. You know, it looks like we're getting a big kind of like Legends-ish match.
Well, I heard it was Brothers of Destruction and the Shield versus DX, Vince McMahon, Shane McMahon, and Pat Patterson. No.
Really?
No, but wouldn't that be sick, dude?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
like,
it'd be like the like crazy corporation versus the Hounds of Hell.
bro, I feel like a lot of the marks are like pissed that Taker and Shawn and Triple H are back, and like I gotta say, I know last week we said that Raw got the lowest rating in the history of Raw. But
Really?
they actually broke that record this week, dude. The ratings were down again. I think it was like a 2.3 or maybe like a 2.1.
Dude, people are crazy because, to be honest with you, like that's probably one of my favorite Raws I've watched in a while.
Dude, exactly. I thought that
oddly, I don't know why, but it was enjoyable. I didn't mind watching 3 hours of it. Like it was, I don't know why. It was just, it flowed.
I agree with you, but a lot of the marks are saying
Oh, wasn't the crowd crazy though? And they fucking, yeah, it was a crowd, man.
Seattle, bro.
Yeah, boo.
All stoned out, bro. Everybody's on those dabs and edibles out there. And
What?
I don't know, dude. They're probably out there.
Yeah, it's legal.
Dude, I don't even know what they're on out there. Probably moon rocks or some fucking.
No, kryptonite.
Dude, literally, they probably are smoking kryptonite out
On the kryptonite, I'll be on the kryptonite, straight up on the kryptonite.
Like I said last week, Saudi Arabia and Australia are writing the shows for us because they're the biggest markets in the world. It's definitely Saudi Arabia. They want all these people back. That's why we're seeing people like Shawn Michaels, Taker, Kane, Triple H, all fighting again, just because Saudi Arabia wants it. Because they had to build up for that show, because you know they're getting paid millions of dollars for it. Like you said, like Danny said, like they requested like Yokozuna, but then the guy was like, dead, so they had to like put somebody else in there to like make him believe that it was him.
Yeah, and last
It
week
was Rikishi.
yeah, it could have been Rikishi.
No, it was.
Yeah, and then we talked about last week how they're going to throw like $30 million at The Rock. Look, I don't mind the Legends coming back. I like honestly don't. Like that was a good Raw. I don't care what anybody says or any of the other review shows or the marks say. I enjoyed the last half hour of Raw. That shit was lit. Shawn Michaels was bald and he looked like Nick Gage with the fucking
bald.
With his little
He was balding way before.
yeah, with his bandana or whatever he had on his head wrap. What was he wearing? Sweatband, that's what they call it.
Buff.
Yeah.
The buff.
Michaels is wearing his Survivor buff around his head with his no hair. Speaking of Legends, but someone that I know we are all a big fan of, and we've been following all of his, relevant happenings and his buzzworthiness. Definitely someone who is going to be up. And I was thinking about this today, like names that I want to nominate for like Wrestler of the Year or Male of the Year. I'm definitely thinking like Cody. I'm thinking like Callahan. I'm thinking Johnny Impact, John Morrison, Omega, Roman, AJ. Definitely this man. I know this is, Chris's favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Impact Wrestling, Bound for Glory. Buzz Human's only about when this show comes out, it'll be about a week away. So it will be on October 14th from the Melrose Ballroom in Queens, New York. Sold out show. More and more talk of Chris Jericho debuting with Impact. Chris Jericho's potential involvement at Impact Wrestling's Bound for Glory is to help promote the Jericho Cruise later this month.
Makes sense.
What do you guys think? You think Jericho? I mean, Jericho's been at everything. He's still the New Japan Intercontinental Champion. He has already booked Impact versus Ring of Honor, right? They kind of like booked that, or ROH or Bullet Club versus Impact. I don't know. They booked all these crazy matches for the Jericho Cruise. I know we went over them before. I can't remember them right now because there's so many cards that I have to keep track of. But that's not what's important. What do you guys think? Chris, do you think Jericho is going to show up next Sunday in New York City at Bound for Glory? And,
I mean, Jericho's a businessman. Look what he's doing. Like you said, the last thing you said about promoting his cruise. I mean, he has to like show his face there, right? Because they're going on his cruise.
Yeah, they already announced a match.
Yeah,
like Callahan and those guys will be on there.
So like, I don't know. I'm curious to see like what his relationship is right now with WWE. Like wouldn't like Saudi Arabians request him?
Yeah, I mean, he was at Greatest Royal Rumble. He could be at. I don't think he's going to be at Crown Jewel. He could be at the, Greatest Rumble, next year's Greatest Rumble, because we know that Saudi Arabia is going to have another show in April next year.
Yeah, marks.
So you do think Jericho's going to show up next week? I
will give it 70-30.
All right, Tim, what do you think? Jericho show up at Bound for Glory?
I don't think so. He's been doing all this stuff, but I feel like that's the one like poo-poo. Like they've said they've kind of had TNA. They have like 2 TNA references, and now like AJ's the man over there. But I don't think he would do that. Like, and he's already freaking. Well, the only thing that kind of would trigger me into it is is he gonna? There's no reason. Like, yes, that there's a way for him to promote it, but there's no way to promote his match.
Well, what's the title match?
Because it's not even that. They just because we're going about him and Omega.
I got this here.
Why don't you do something else at Impact?
Because the main event for Bound for Glory is Johnny Impact versus Austin Aries. If Johnny Impact wins the title, which I am reading, he's rumored to win since he's on Survivor, right? His season of Survivor is on right now. He's on the current season of Survivor. Couldn't you see Jericho come out at the end and freaking nail him with the freaking code breaker? I mean, New York City would go nuts, dude. They get a brand new champion, and they get Jericho.
I don't know. I just don't think it's gonna happen.
Don't think Jericho's gonna show up.
No.
All right.
I think, but on that note, I have to bid you all adieu. I have to be up in like 2 hours. So.
All right, Tim. Thanks for joining us, Bruiser Brody.
Yeah, sorry to cut out, but it's just. All right, be well, everyone. Stay relevant.
Stay relevant.
Stay buzzworthy. All right, Buzz Humans. It's Chris and Joe. Joe Fortune, the voice of Relevant Wrestling Productions, doing the buzzworthy thing. This is once again episode 20 of the most relevant and buzzworthy podcast in all of professional and independent wrestling. This is False Finish Productions presents Relevant Wrestling Weekly Buzz, and this is episode 20. Let's get back into the rumors. Chris is going to take a hit, then he's going to pass it to me. Now I'm going to pose a good one to him right here. This is a long one, so if he can put a little more in there for me, I'm going to read this one off to him. Thank you, Chris. SmackDown 1000 is coming up.
What is that, by the way?
Were you at? Have you been to any of the anniversary shows? Were you at Raw 1000?
No, I was at Raw 15th anniversary in Bridgeport.
15th anniversary, right? Raw 1000 was the MSG,
the one that just had this one, right?
The double show debacle.
No, that was 25 anniversary, right?
Oh yeah, that was 25 years.
I went to
the worst Raw ever.
I went to the 10-year anniversary. It was in Bridgeport.
Well, it wasn't the worst Raw ever. It was if you went to the Barclays Center, you got screwed, right? All the good Taker and everybody showed up at fucking Hammerstein.
We expected that because that's the OG spot.
I remember heel marks. They went viral with that one because they took the picture of
people were leaving, right?
Well, no, they took the picture of people were leaving.
That, like they know nothing going on while the show.
Yeah, there's three matches in 3 hours, and then they took that picture where Lawler and JR looked like they were sleeping, and that shit went viral. And then Lawler called them out on his podcast and said, I didn't fall asleep. I just was leaning back in my chair.
That's so funny.
But more stars to return to SmackDown 1000. WWE is locally advertising Michelle McCool and Tori Wilson for the SmackDown 1000 broadcast in Washington, D.C. WWE is also officially advertising the return of Evolution, The Undertaker, Teddy Long, and Vicky Guerrero for the broadcast. Tony Chimmel is also rumored to be at SmackDown 1000 along with Shane McMahon, The Big Show, possibly the immortal Hulk Hogan, Edge. We already said Tori Wilson and Michelle McCool, Rey Mysterio, and more. There is an Evolution angle possibly set for SmackDown 1000 involving Batista, who I remember Tim told us last week was confirmed to return, even though I thought he wasn't coming back. Batista, who may be, another legend coming back for a while, who may be signing a short-term contract that will have him work Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, and WrestleMania 35. Chris, what do you think? You excited? I don't know if excited is the right word, but do you think that's a good lineup of stars for SmackDown 1000? And what do you think about the Beast, the Animal, Batista? The Beast, that's Brock Lesnar, right? The Animal, Batista, coming back. You think they'll do a cool Evolution angle? Do you want to see an Evolution angle?
Here's my question: how many angles is Triple H going to be in?
I love it, dude.
Just think about it. He's in the Connor's Cure, big guy, good business guy, whatever. Then you got like, I'm gonna bury you, Undertaker, and here's my suck it, brother, whatever, DX. Now you can put with Evolution.
Yep, and also loosely involved sometimes in an angle with Stephanie.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's in a title match by the end of the year. Shit.
Well, dude, don't be surprised if somehow Brothers Destruction get the tag
titles. By the way, the SmackDown 1000, aren't they missing this person who is named after?
Wow, Chris poses a very interesting point there.
Where's The Rock?
Well, I mean, we have heard rumors that Rock's going to get that $30 million Saudi paycheck.
It doesn't have to come to like Saudi papers. Like, dude, you can't come out for like 10 minutes, rip a fucking promo and leave. Where is it?
Washington, D.C.
he's the Rock, dude. He could be anywhere in a hot minute. Like
Rock's got to be there, man. Right?
the show's named after him. I'm about to lay the Smackdown on your candy ass. Like, yo, it's the Rock. It's a show.
Smackdown 1000, BuzzHumans. Are you guys gonna go there? I don't know. Mysterio, that's kind of cool.
Well,
Edge,
they already signed him, so that's not really a surprise.
yeah, that's true.
Edge still kind of works with them, so Hulk, whatever. I don't really care.
Jeez, not excited about Hogan. That's all right.
I mean, Evolution would be cool. I mean, I wasn't really a big Batista fan, but I have a newfound likeness to him ever since because he plays Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy, and his character is fucking hilarious. Like I can't explain. So yeah, see what happens. It's just funny. I just remember the last time we saw him, he was like, "I hate all of you. I quit."
Yeah, and I guess it was legit too. He didn't come back for a while because he's salty about having a job. Or well, no, he was salty about the job.
He was supposed to have the title match, right? And then they fucked. Yeah,
they fucked him and put Daniel Bryan over him and Triple H and Randy Orton on the same night. And he was salty because he said Bryan came out the next night and didn't sell like the abuse he took from the matches. He came out and jumping around doing the yes.
Oh my god.
I don't know. Evolution.
So
I just want to hear the song. Evolution is a mystery.
Can Vic Fish still walk?
Dude,
yeah. He just got married too.
Flair's gonna be there. I think it'll be fun. I will I pose this question to you, BuzzHumans. Do you think all our listeners out there, hit us up in the comments or in the DMs, wherever you want to hit us up. Do you think SmackDown 1000 is going to be better than the Raw 25th anniversary show? I don't know. We'll see. I
mean, to one venue, have really hop back and you really fuck it up. I mean, 2.1 would tell you that.
I think it's exactly.
To get the highest, that show will probably get the highest raise they had all summer.
Yeah, I wonder if SmackDown is getting low, like 2.1s. Raw's getting 2.3s.
They're going to Fox. Be fun.
I mean, we'll see. I wonder if they'll get a good rating for SmackDown 1000. We will see. Someone who has not been announced for SmackDown, even though I feel like he was a big part of SmackDown, but he's doing more of like the Raw thing right now. Another legend. I love it. The Marks are probably so pissed right now that all the legends are coming back, but I don't care. I'm into it.
Millennials.
I'm into it. They don't know. Kurt Angle is training. We mention this every week too, but Kurt Angle
is gonna wrestle again. Come on, dude. It's already been proven.
Yeah, Kurt Angle's returning.
He's never officially retired. It was like, oh, he's retired. He never came out and said he retired.
He is training for a return and has been contacted to appear at WWE Super Showdown this weekend. Holy shit. Look for a possible return from Kurt this weekend or soon after. You think Kurt comes back at Super Showdown?
Yeah.
I think so too.
Probably do. Especially now with Crown Jewel coming up.
But I mean, I don't know how he could really get, like, what angle he could get involved in. I mean, does Corbin have a match? I don't.
It's definitely going to be in a program with Corbin. Like, come on. Why is the reason why he's been off TV?
Well, because of Corbin and Steph.
Corbin fired him.
Yeah.
Steph's just on TV. She comes on and promotes like charity or something. She doesn't play a character.
So we've been talking about upcoming WrestleMania locations, like potentially WrestleMania 36 location. I got this one right here. This is from a Facebook group. Let's pull this one up right here. Gotta see where they got the oh, cool. This is from the Hameen Media discussion page. I don't know if this is... Oh, you got to log into Facebook here. All right. Well, anyway, this was a link that was talking about if WWE would be having a WrestleMania in the UK anytime soon. From what I remember from this article, they said that WWE does about... And this can't possibly be true, but about like 100,000 viewers weekly for WWE for their programming. They do tour there, but I remember seeing that like they don't think that they don't think it's gonna happen. They don't think that WWE will be getting a WrestleMania in the UK. But what I did read and this is almost confirmed. I know that we've been saying this a lot on the show, that this location would be announced for WrestleMania in 2020. That's WrestleMania 36. But WWE will soon be making an announcement about the location for Mania 36. And it says the company will be in Minnesota soon and should be making the announcement then. So I guess no plans currently for an international WrestleMania. And I believe also I read that's because WWE feels like I said they've already done enough in the UK market. They already have WWE UK planned, so they're going to focus on that. And they really are looking to move to like, trying to expand in like China and Latin America over the next couple of years. It doesn't look like the UK market is a big focus for them. So I don't know. What do you think about that, Chris? You think you think we'll ever see a WrestleMania in the UK? You think we'll see a WrestleMania in China or a big event like they've been doing their own version of WrestleMania soon?
That's probably I think that's going to be like the new trend. Is like all these major cities in all these different countries are going to have like that one big show that pretty soon like all the pay-per-views is just going to be over there. Because now we have a November one, and then we have 2 October ones, both out of one's in the country, the women's one, but there's no other like male one. It's just this is it.
Yeah, that's because they got the freaking Saudi Arabia one.
And Saudi Arabia is what, November, and top of that also Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it is. Like, they're just like, whoever's willing to throw money at them, they're just going to run to every city because, like I always say, he has to somehow fund this XFL revival thing.
Yeah, I think Minnesota will be cool for, a WrestleMania.
I don't think WrestleMania should be out of the country. Like, it's your biggest show of the year. It should always be on your soil, like where it all began, like anywhere in the country, but like it shouldn't be something that should be like taking place in the world.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I mean, like they can do big events.
Because people, regardless wherever they're from, people come from all over the world to come to WrestleMania. So it's not like the whole world's missing out. It's just that's the tradition of WrestleMania. Just like leave it here. Because, like I said, Saudi Arabia is now getting, 3 shows a year now because they're so, have a hard-on for this shit. And then, now you have Australia tomorrow. The next big one will be a UK one. Wimbledon Stadium or something. Because they have that kind of money now.
Yeah, I actually also read that they want to do, an NXT UK big style pay-per-view, like a takeover or an NXT UK.
They usually do takeovers over there. They did take over London before.
Yeah, so that's what they want to do. They're not going to do like a WrestleMania, but
because NXT is a good fit for the UK stuff, because the UK fans like that stuff also. You get a heavy following to that over there. Especially you have the UK tournament, and all these guys are just the same people you could just plug right into NXT. You know?
Yeah, I think I don't know. I think it's cool that they're expanding. I would definitely like to see I'd like to see them in the UK. I'd like to see them in China. I'd like to see them in Mexico. Here, this is what I got right here. This is just saying that WWE Network currently has only 20,000 subscribers in the UK, and 3,000 to 5,000 people choose to buy WWE pay-per-view events for Sky off of Sky Box Office. So those numbers don't really look very high, but it says that they they want to continue to tour in the UK, doing house shows, Raws and stuff like that, Smackdowns, and NXT pay-per-views, but no big WrestleMania there.
That's good.
Sorry. Speaking of UK, Ooh, this kind of sucks because he's on over like a year and a half as champion. But here's one from Ringside News. WWE UK champion Pete Dunne injured. This says nature of Pete Dunne's injury revealed. Pete Dunne is injured, and the WWE UK champion needed to be pulled from a string of dates. What is this stupid Snapchat pop up here? Needed to be pulled from a string of dates because of it, too. His British strong style partners, Tyler Bate and Trent Seven, had to take his place. Now we have confirmation of the nature of Dunne's injury as the Wrestling Observer. Oh my God, these videos keep popping up. The Wrestling Observer website confirms Dunne is suffering from a foot injury. It's not known exactly when the injury took place, but his last match was on September 30th at the Hello Wembley show. I think that was for WXW, where he faced Ilja Dragunov. It was also reported that the bruiserweight was noticeably limping during the match at Wembley. So it was either WXW or Progress. WWE's next set of television tapings for their NXT UK brand are set for October 13th and 14th. So it will be interesting to see if Pete Dunne is if he is able to perform on those shows, since he is the top dog in that company, and he is that company in that brand of the company, and he is the UK champion. I haven't read any spoilers from any of the tapings already. I don't know if like the whole show is being built around him and the title, or really what they're doing. But that would really suck if he had to miss the tapings, and it would suck if the injury is really bad and he has to lose the title. But I don't know. What do you think about that, Chris? Pete Dunne injured?
I mean, was his UK show? I've been hearing about it now for the last 2 years.
Yeah, I know. This only throws a monkey wrench into things, right? Like now imagine they still haven't debuted it. The champion's injured. They're like a week away from tapings. It seems like I think what you're getting at, dude, is like it's just a string of like bad luck. Just like more and more roadblocks and shit just getting in the way.
And like I personally haven't watched NXT. I should watch more NXT. I'm so busy everything I do. I'm so far behind stuff that I want to watch. But like he's not even like on NXT. Like, well,
I mean he was recently.
Yeah, like
they had the
2 months ago.
No, he was recently a couple weeks ago. I mean, they signed up the War Games. They will be in War Games.
Oh, that's right. War Games, that's November one, right? Survivor Series weekend.
Yeah. See, I still feel like they're putting a lot of focus on NXT and not on NXT UK. But they're setting up for War Games. Like he had they had the title versus title match, him versus Ricochet.
Oh, that's like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's true. And then Undisputed Era did the run in. And
yeah,
not Authors of Pain. Was it War Machines?
That was War Machine
or War Raiders, whatever. War Machine, what they used to be, right? Yeah, War Machine did the run in and saved Ricochet. So now it's gonna be Era versus War Raiders and Ricochet versus
give me some more Kyle O'Reilly.
British Strong Style. Yeah, I hope Dunne's not injured. That would suck. Because they just can't catch a break with getting this brand launched, man. It's a bummer. Here's a controversial one because we always got to cover that shit. So I don't know. You guys are easily offended. I don't think there's any like terribly offensive or sexist or misogynistic comments on here, but we'll play a couple minutes of it. Please don't report us or flag us for it. But here we go. Psycho Sid Vicious complains about Paige being the GM. Says that she should have been fired over the XXX leaks. All her sex tape leaks and photo leaks from her phone. And we got Paige's response. Ex-WWF and WCW star Sid Vicious is unhappy with Paige being the GM on SmackDown Live, saying he believes she should have been fired over the hacked Triple X footage that leaked online. Here, let's just see if we can find. You can watch the interview by clicking here. Let's click here and play the video off YouTube. That music is weird.
What are your thoughts on Paige as the GM of SmackDown after all the controversies she's had?
I think that's the stupidest thing. But again, it goes to Devin of how the business is, and when the business is down like it is, they'll okay things like that for when you think this is the time you don't okay something like that, you know. And that usually says to me that they're having a hard time business-wise. Is that, you know, again, after that, I would not let her, I wouldn't have her on my show, or I would have fired her immediately. You know, I don't know. We always hear things from a distance. I don't talk to anybody in there other than Harvey Wilhelm once in a while, Bruno, but we don't really talk wrestling that much. But you'll hear fly through other people's that now the company's going in this direction. We're trying to direct ourselves towards the children and that again, you know, and that's why we're going to have heels and baby faces again, or then the next week they're not going to have heels and baby faces anymore. But regardless what the deal is, you don't have something that gets that popular and then make them anything special on TV. I just disagree with that. I don't have nothing against her. You know, I don't have anything against any man or woman that want to do things, but don't do it public like that. And then again, how bad was she just at home? No, she was actually at a live event. The video I saw was that.
The one I saw was with her getting double teamed or something.
Right. Well, one was
two. I know there was
3 or 4. There was one of her with that guy, the white guy, filming one of the what was the black guy's names?
From West. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. No, he's with Kofi Kingston.
Yeah,
that's not Kofi Kingston though, but
yeah, but
Xavier Woods.
Yeah, so it shows him actually having sex with her, with the other guy filming it. Then the other clip I saw was her having
one of the titles is in the title or something.
Right, and then it shows her in a wrestling arena having sex with that guy that I think taking the picture of it. And the other clip was just her loosening herself up with the dildo and the anal, saying this is what I have to do to loosen myself. I think she even says that. This is how I loosen myself up before anal. I'm thinking, and then you see her on that. I saw her back on TV, and then I thought, okay, they're going to get rid of her. And then now she's got a retirement, and I figured that was their way out of it. And then when you see her back on there like that, I mean, the first thing I'm going to think is that it's one of those situations she's got something on someone. You know, like PBS, if Charlie Rose gets fired for hanging around his underwear, I mean, we know things have been worse than that in the wrestling business.
Well, allegedly, it might have something to do with, I guess, people are apparently hacking their phone.
All right, BuzzTunes, I'm not going to play that whole clip. I think you get the gist of how I was going to try to come up with a funny, the Blinky one. Sid Vicious, the ankle breaker, you know, feels about Paige and her being the GM. I don't know, Chris, what do you think? Do you care that Paige is a GM? You think it was a bad move for them to have put her in that position so shortly after, you know, all those leaks? I think he's leaving out the part that she got injured and that they're trying to, you know, still keep a role for her in the company.
Because they feel liable.
Yeah, because they feel kind of like liable for it. I don't know. I think he's a little bit confused. He might be old and salty, but, you know, what do you think?
Doesn't offend me. Just because, not because, like, I'm a guy. It is what it is. It wasn't like she, like, posted him online like she was hacked, along with dozens and thousands of other celebrities that got their phones hacked. So it's like it's out of their control. Like what they do in their private lives with their private lives is unfortunate. They just got hacked. and then she shouldn't be punished for that. So this guy's been hit in the head a couple of times, so I don't think he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, he's been hit in the head too many times. I feel like he was already doing the blinking and shaking gimmick for years. So who knows, how much of that is real. Everybody just remembers Psycho Sid from jumping off the top rope in WCW and snapping his ankle. So I guess he really doesn't have shit to say that we listen, that we care about. He is a big bastard. I would not want to run into him at a convention. I hope he doesn't listen. I mean, I hope he does listen to our show. That'd be awesome. But, dude, just lay off Paige for fuck's sake. All right. Leave the girl alone. Well, geez, that kind of ends our notes and rumors section, our portion of the show. You want to do a quick? We don't have to go through the card. Go through the whole card. I mean, we do have to go through the whole card, but we don't have to talk much about it. We can just do the old predictions thing. Since it's just the two of us, no point to do like a pool or any of our, fun games attached to it. But you want to just go through the Super Showdown card for the Buzz Humans, and, we could just say who we think is going to win. I'm sure by the time they hear this show, the Super Showdown will have already happened. But it's still fun just to do this anyway, so we can go back and listen and see if our predictions were true or not. So once again, Buzz Humans, this is False Finish Productions presents Relevant Rasslin Weekly Buzz Episode 20, the most relevant and buzzworthy podcast in all of professional and independent wrestling. This is Joe Fortune. I'm joined by Chris. Tim had to duck out early. Last segment of the show before we wrap it up and say goodbye to y'all. Here we go. Our predictions for the Super Showdown. I'm going to start at the bottom here. These are the matches that are announced on here. I don't know if these are all the matches or not. I don't really care. These are the ones we're going to go on over. This is from CBS.com. Cruiserweight Championship. Cedric Alexander, who has not been pinned in over a year. Not been champion for over a year, but has not been pinned in over a year. I believe he's been champion since WrestleMania time. Versus Buddy Murphy, and Buddy Murphy is in this event is in Melbourne, Australia, and that's Buddy Murphy's hometown. Buddy Murphy has been playing the top heel, I feel like, on 205 Live. I mean, it's hard to call someone the top heel on a 45-minute TV program, but he's been positioned as mid-card heel to lower tier heel. But the crowd will definitely be behind him. I don't know if Alexander can do a heel thing, but we'll see how the roles are reversed. That's not what's important here. You think Cedric Alexander retains, or we got a new champion?
I have no opinion on it, but I'll just go Buddy Murphy because he's fun to watch.
Yeah, I feel like hometown thing always seems to work against the WWE guys. They always seem to lose in their hometown, but I think it would be a cool pop for them, and I think Buddy Murphy's due a cruiserweight title run, so I'll go with Buddy Murphy there. Wow, this match, I know the Marks are pissed about this one. The Iconics versus Naomi and
Really?
Asuka.
Do they really pick a match? We have to pick a winner for this match.
I
mean, because the Iconics are also one of them is Australian too.
Are they both?
I think they're both. Actually, I think they are both Australian.
I think they are both Australian.
Yeah, they are. They're both from Australia.
Dude, Asuka can't lose to one of these. She already has, right?
Well, they're heels. The only way she loses is if they cheat to win. If she loses clean, then yeah, you have a problem. But I think they're gonna. But yeah, they're gonna probably get cheered the entire time, but because it's gonna be hometown for them. But I think they're gonna still, if anything, they're gonna if they win, it's gonna be dirty. It's not gonna be clean.
Yeah, there's no way that the Iconics are winning clean. They got to try to win in their hometown. I really hope Asuka doesn't take the pin. I hope Naomi does. I hope they split, and maybe this will lead to an Asuka heel turn. But
She was always a heel.
she should be a heel.
Right? She's just going on a rampage.
Yeah,
She's go through go through the whole division and just start like knocking them all out.
Yeah, and then she can have another, like, actually have a feud with Charlotte instead of them just interjecting.
I was so shocked that she beat her. I was shocked. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, I didn't expect that either, but
It's crazy. And now look as the champion. Well, actually, I like Becky. I've always been a fan of Becky.
Carmella was the champion for a little while.
She's a brunette now. I just saw that.
She's
the
a
other
face
day.
now. A freaking. I got to tell you, our truth. I don't know what if our truth is not at Super Showdown, guys. I might have to boycott it because Truth has been like they've been giving Truth like at least 2 to 4 segments like a show recently.
Because he's paid his dues.
Guy's money, dude. He's funny.
Just funny.
He's funny as fuck, bro. Character. He's got a character.
That's what I'm saying.
He's got a character.
Why did everyone like?
Guys we
why
like.
did everyone like Broken Matt Hardy? Not, it's Matt Hardy, but the whole Broken character was just like funny. It was great. Character means everything.
Next we got a tag match.
It's all gonna be tag matches, all ultimate matches.
Kevin Owens and Elias, who I don't know if you saw Raw recently.
I heard about it.
Massive,
They got bad heat.
like Attitude Era style, level heat, dude. That was
I heard about
dude.
it.
It was a good Raw. I mean, I won't say it was a good Raw. I will say though there were some really great segments on.
I heard
Raw.
he had the crowd like hot, like they like cheer for him. And once he mentioned the Sonics, they just quickly shitted on him.
They there's nothing they could
Because that crowd,
do to stop them.
that city is so
Pissed about that.
they're really salty about the idea that like, you know, their basketball team left town and went to Oklahoma City, so that's now to the Thunder. But like, I don't really also feel sympathy. Me being a sports fan, like you guys have a Super Bowl in the last like 10 years, and they've been to 3 Super Bowls in that time frame. So like, I don't want to hear no bitching and crying. You were popular at one time, but I get it. The Sonics were dope. I mean, I grew up in the 90s as a basketball fan.
Sean Kemp, bro.
Sean Kemp, Gary Payton, like dude, the list goes on and on. I was a basketball mark in the 90s.
Yeah, dude.
Still to this day, I love basketball. My number one, it's always been my number one sport.
Yeah, dude. WWE Superstars on Saturday, and then right after, and NBA and NBC. Cannot beat that as a kid in the 90s. I know you,
Jordan. Woo.
I know you fucking buzz humans know what we're talking about. Jordan, Pippen, Rodman,
dude.
Shaq, Penny.
But
Jesus.
I know. I have a buddy of mine, 20 years old, right? And I was like, I explained to him. He's like, "Yo, you witnessed Jordan?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like I could explain to you the 96, 97, 98 chip like final runs that they had. Like I can tell you the starting lineup. And this guy's like, I like Kobe, and I hated Kobe.
Yeah, I hated Kobe for a while too. I was a Shaq mark.
I hated it. Shaq was fine. I actually like Shaq now.
That 90s nuclear level heat. We got Kevin Owens and Elias versus Bobby Lashley and love him or hate him, John Cena.
Who's John Cena? What is John Cena fans all this? Because Bobby Lashley needs a partner.
I would like to see Leo wrestle. I mean, I don't know if Leo's just gonna. They're doing all this weird shit. Like I know we said we weren't gonna talk too much about this shit, but like they got Leo, as a heel wrestling on 205, but he's a face manager on Raw. You got Drake Maverick as a heel manager on Raw, but a face GM on 205 Live. I don't know where Cena fits into it, but him and Lashley definitely got to go over in this.
Unfortunately. Who cares?
Yeah.
Fuck Cena.
I'm glad he's back,
Cena.
though.
Oh, my God. Let's all blow him.
Dude, they need him.
Our savior. They need him. They're getting like Batista back. You're getting Shawn Michaels back. How much more do you need? Now you need John Cena? Ah, dude. What's next? The Rock? Now we're going to force Stone Cold out of retirement, too? Because he's Saudi Arabia is the biggest hard-on for this shit.
Oh, my God.
Let's go.
All right, SmackDown Women's Championship match. Oh, geez, Chris bringing the smoke. Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. Becky, this is like the weird one here. Becky, the heel that is getting cheered for. Charlotte, the babyface that's getting booed. I think we have like a I don't know, a Roman Reigns thing going on here with Charlotte. Does Becky retain and keep her championship, or does Charlotte become an what is it now, 8-time women's champion?
It's gonna be Becky.
I'm gonna go with Charlotte here just because I feel like they want to just put the belt on her again. I don't know. I just feel like they do something stupid like that. I don't want it to happen, but that's just what I'm going with.
No, I'll go with Becky.
All right. Daniel Bryan versus The Miz for the #1 contendership for the WWE
You already know.
Championship.
You already know.
Miz?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Miz has got to go over.
It makes more sense for the Miz to go over.
It does, and it makes more sense for Bryan to like have to fight for the #1 contendership.
Because Bryan got over on him in our last match, in our last pay-per-view.
Miz is the heel, so he's...
and I think the Miz is actually... They've been pushing the Miz. I mean, Miz has always been up there. But, like, he's also another guy who's paid his dues time and time again. I think he's gonna be the one that's gonna break AJ's streak. As much as I love AJ, but I think the Miz is definitely due for a world title run very, very soon. Definitely next year, he's having a title run.
I really hope so.
The Miz is he's due for a world title run. He has not had the world title since the last time he beat John Cena.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it's over 10 years ago. Way over 10
Holy
years
shit.
ago. You know what I mean? He hasn't had a title run since. Okay, in the God's title, I'm not gonna lie, that's awesome. But never a world title run ever since that time. And he's always been consistent. He's always been there. Had the same character practically. No injuries. Yeah, he played. Yeah, like dude, the Miz. I've been a Miz day one, man. Miz is great,
dude. In college, me and Tim and John used to give Miz a lot of heat.
Character.
We used to give Miz a lot of heat. I always say this on show, but we used to do like 10-man or whatever 8-man ladder matches on Smackdown for PlayStation 2, and just we put the Miz in the match intentionally and just take it. Everybody beat his ass first, and then we go about the match. But
Miz is great.
Miz is pretty fucking great, and he won a lot of Buzzy Awards last year. I'm sure he'll definitely be up for some this year, and he may walk away with some more, being one of the winningest recipients of the relevant wrestling Buzzy Awards.
Let's get over to Jericho anyway.
I know a lot of guys up for Wrestler of the Year this year.
Jericho times 10.
All right, but let's shift things away from the men for a minute. Ronda Rousey and the Raw Women's Champion Ronda Rousey and the Bella Twins, the Botcha Twins, as you marks like to call them, versus the Riot Squad.
That has no implications on nothing. Again, just get more people.
Get Ronda on the show.
Just get more people on the show for an out of country show. That's all it is. That's really what happens if the face or the heel goes over. What happens next? They're gonna go to separate ways and have their separate feuds.
I mean,
Ronda's probably gonna win. Like her team's gonna win.
I thought Ronda. I don't know if you saw it, but I thought that was Ronda's best match this past Monday. Was Ronda versus Ruby. It was Ruby got a lot of offense on her.
That's
a lot
what
of
they said on the review show.
Yeah, on Russo's review show.
I didn't watch Raw.
And I agree with them. Like I felt the same way. Like I felt like it was cool to see Ronda, fighting from beneath, like trying to come back, and she was trying. It's cool. Like Ruby's a good wrestler. I'm just gonna shoot. Like I don't want to call her Heidi Lovelace. That's her real name, but like Heidi is a good fucking wrestler. She gets it. Like she was able to like match all of Ronda's stuff with like wrestling moves, and suplexes, DDTs, that kind of shit, power slams, rest holds and shit to try to like slow Ronda down. And then Ronda got all her MMA shit in at the end. But I thought that was like a really good match, and it was cool to see Ronda, up against a heel who really gets it. But of course, Ronda did beat Ruby clean on Raw. So I don't know. Is that a foreshadowing of the Riot Squad going over? Probably not. No, I really do not see the Riot Squad going over here. Definitely, I think both of us give it to Ronda.
Yeah, give it to Ronda.
Ronda, I call her Ronda and the Bella Twins. This is a no DQ match, no count out match. I feel like they could have like this should be like either a cage match or a last man standing match. But WWE Championship, AJ Styles defends against Samoa Joe. This match was booked before Styles and Joe clashed at Hell in a Cell, where Styles retained there in controversial fashion. I don't remember how he retained. Would he like kick Joe in the balls or something?
I don't think so.
I don't know. That's what this.
Oh, because the shoulders weren't down or something.
Oh yeah, they did that like
the roll up thing.
Yeah, the roll up thing where AJ tapped, but the ref counted.
Yeah.
So Paige gave Daddy Joe the rematch. We saw like the potential for a cool angle with Joe showing up at AJ's house last week, but they didn't.
Creep.
Yeah, but a creep. Yeah, but they didn't really follow up on that too much. I felt like they could have done more of that. But what do you think? You think Joe goes over here, or we're just gonna see like AJ. I think AJ goes over here.
It just makes more sense for the bigger play that's that picture, and that is the Miz.
Chris thinks the Miz is gonna be the one to usurp AJ Styles.
As I hate it to be, but like for this whole Daniel Bryan thing, you need the Miz to be champion.
Yeah.
Again, it's a storyline. It's a story that's been told over the course of like 8 or 9 years now. So like you need, like I feel like the Miz needs to be champion, and like Daniel Bryan again overcomes his mentor that broke him into this company, and he finally beats him on the biggest stage for the biggest prize. And that story, right? It makes
Beautiful.
sense. Right?
Beautiful, Chris.
Makes sense.
My God, I'm swimming in Mark tears right now. That's just beautiful. That is beautiful.
I don't know. It's
sipping
like,
Mark tears.
Like, dude, I don't think like I'm not trying.
I love it.
I'm never trying to be a Mark about it. It's like telling a story. That's the story of two characters. It's like the Demon at Night. It's characters and storytelling.
That's what we miss, and that's what we want. The Shield versus Braun Strowman, Dolph Ziggler, and Drew McIntyre.
Who gives a fuck?
I don't know. Shield's got to go over, right?
Who cares? I want the heels.
All right, heels go over in this one.
I'm going heels. Just because I hate Roman. Fuck him.
This is like every single champion pretty much is in that match, right? You got Rollins and
oh yeah, I'm telling you, more people.
Just more people, yeah. I know. Wouldn't you rather see title matches? Like you got Dean, and Dean doesn't even have a belt, but you got Rollins.
Unless Dean turns on them.
Yeah, how about that? Like I don't care who wins that. You think any of the Shield members? Like I don't even care who wins that match.
Turn heel.
Yeah, but it seems so obvious Dean turns heel. Don't you think Roman's gonna be the one to do it? I mean, Rollins gonna do it again? Probably.
No.
Probably with their booking.
No.
They don't give a shit, bro.
He's so over right now. No.
But it's so obvious for Dean to turn. I don't know. Is Dean gonna turn? We'll see.
They're just like testing the water.
They're
not gonna fully commit.
They're gonna
stick the tip in, but then pull it right out.
Oh my God. I'm gonna say we don't even get a shield heel turn. I'm gonna say, how about this one? Braun turns on.
It's too obvious, too.
Braun turns on Dolph, and he don't need that.
Or McIntyre turns on them.
But they're tag team champions. They got to lose the belts first. I could see just Braun turning on Ziggler and McIntyre because it's Braun and he.
How about the end of the night? Braun just puts them all out, all 5 of them.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Just knock them. That's
yeah.
it.
I think Braun's just gonna stand strong.
Stand strong.
Because they still got to do this, try to do this Braun and Roman thing. And in the, which I guess this has got to be the main event, because we don't have a world championship match. What about Roman saying, "Oh, I'm going to come and defend the belt. We don't have a champion who defends." And
I was gonna say, where's Brock?
Yeah, I was gonna say, where's Brock too? Brock's not at this one. Oh no, Brock's at the Saudi Arabia one.
My God, no.
You think Brock's gonna show up?
Saudi Arabia. I'm telling you, man. Saudi Arabia's the biggest hard on. Of course he's gonna be there. They're gonna throw like $20 million at you. Yo, come around, bounce around the ring for 10 minutes.
You think Brock's showing up to Australia? I mean, he's already at Saudi Arabia. It's a triple threat: him, Roman, and and Braun will we talk about that on the next show.
So maybe he interferes in that match and he just like takes them all out.
I think Brock and Heyman show up. They've got to. I guess I said the Shield wins and Chris says the heels win. Main event. I'm kind of looking forward to this match, man. I was a little hyped up about it after Raw, not to be Mark either.
We're definitely gonna see a sweet chin music.
Triple H versus Undertaker.
I'm just want to know how. I want hopefully Kane's city doesn't go like under flames. It's crazy. The mayor.
Dude, I hope they don't get like pissed off that he's like. How are they just gonna let the mayor go work us?
That's my mayor.
Yeah, how is the mayor? You're just gonna go.
I mean, he won, but I heard he won by a crazy margin. So it's like,
how is he just gonna like be like, oh, I can't be the mayor today. I gotta go wrestle.
I had to go burn people alive with my character from the demon from hell.
See, dude, I'm
I know
I'm
dude,
stoked for it.
I do like if someone cannot like. It's not like he's like a gay straight. It's like, it could be different. Like it's like he'd be like, mayor by one day, but then like, a stripper at night or something like that.
Yeah, but it's like so funny. Yeah, it's like he leads a double life. It's so funny. The mayor is going.
Everyone knows. Like it's not like if you don't know that he's Kane, then like it's a lot of puts for his town. Probably a lot of positives, honestly.
Who do you got though? H or the Dead Man?
H solely because he's the entire time from as long as Triple H existed in this company, the story's always been around about him.
And he hasn't been able to beat Taker in the big one, right?
Taker should win, but I want Taker to win, but like I wouldn't be surprised if Triple H wins.
I don't know, dude. I gotta go with Taker here. I mean, I know it's.
I want to see a switch to music somewhere.
I think H is the only guy that like. No, I mean everybody's putting Taker over, but like I think like Taker is one of the only guys that H will be like, okay, I don't fucking mind losing to Taker at all. Like he'll lose to Taker, he'll probably lose to Cena, lose to Michaels, maybe Brock, but those are like the only guys I think like.
Taker just beat Cena, so.
I mean, H did lose to Rollins, right? So what does that tell you?
Also doing it wrong.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. I really think Taker. He's got to bury Triple H down.
He should bury Michaels again for the third time, right? It'd be the third match.
Yeah, I will.
He had 2 WrestleMania matches before.
It's just gonna set up more matches. This is, I mean,
when's Taker's retirement match? I want to know who's gonna fight Taker's retirement match.
I thought we already saw Taker's retirement match.
I don't know. Clearly not, because ever since then he wrestled like 10 matches ever since then.
Well, Michaels is supposed to come back in a month for Saudi Arabia. So
honestly, when Taker really decides to put it down, whatever, I want him to go against Kane.
He's got to.
I think that should be his last match is fighting Kane.
He's got it.
Right? It makes the most sense.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not Roman like we saw and it's not Brock like we saw.
No, it should definitely be Kane.
Then it's got to be Kane.
It has to be Kane.
Just like they said when he came out. It's got to be Kane. Oh, my God.
Build it up for like 2 months and just like have it one off.
Got to be Kane.
That's how I would do.
Well, I mean, pay-per-view will be on in a few hours. I'll be
fuck, dude. It's late.
I'll be doing a lot of editing. I've been slacking with getting the I Dream of Joshi episode up. So I got to get that up first. Then I'll get this up. If I don't get this up by Saturday, it'll be up by the end of the weekend. But yeah, Buzz Humans, get ready for Super Showdown that you can see exclusively on
I'll be doing
the WWE Network.
Much cooler than that.
Yeah, Chris, you want to just talk about that for a minute or two before we sign off? Chris will be going to.
I'm going to New York City Comic Con for the 3rd year in a row. 5th overall.
Anything you're looking forward to in particular? Games, any events, any booths you want to visit?
I always like. I mean, I don't like to do any research. I mean, I'm not one of those people who like dress up or anything. I like just going to these events because it's like something that I've always had an interest in. It's like all the pop culture stuff. I'm not into comic books. Never was into comic books. But like I like different type of shows. Like I like like The Walking Dead and all that stuff, and like Pokemon's like my thing. Like I bought like a Ninja Turtle encyclopedia book, the history of the turtles. That's something I grew up watching.
I saw somebody was putting out Ninja Turtles action figures.
Yeah, it's crazy. You see like
there's so many toys,
I went last year. You see
t-shirts.
like Sergeant Slaughter's. You see a lot of wrestlers, a lot of actors, a lot of authors. Like it's a if you don't know what Comic Con is, like just definitely look it up. But I try to go every year. So like this is like I said, my third year. It's an all-day event, so I am definitely not watching the Super Show. I'll definitely be checking it on Twitter. I probably won't watch it. I'll probably watch the matches that I want to see.
Well, I'll be up watching it, BuzzHumans. You know, not because I want to, just because I'll be up editing, so I might as well put it on anyway. But that's it, BuzzHumans. That wraps things up for episode 20 of the Weekly Buzz. That's False Finish Productions presents Irrelevant Rasslin Weekly Buzz. 20 episodes, you know, under the new moniker of the week, doing the almost weekly thing, you know, trying to fit them in between, you know, I Dream of Joshi and Irrelevant Rasslin Goes Beyond. And if you enjoyed that, if you enjoy those shows and you enjoyed this show, BuzzHumans, make sure to support us by checking out all of our social media. I mean, how else can you stay relevant with us? How else can you stay buzzworthy? Are you relevant? Are you buzzworthy? Are you adequately prepared to ride those buzz waves with us? Well, if you are, then please make sure to support Relevant Rasslin and False Finish Productions, as we're happy to be a part of the False Finish family by heading on over to our Facebook pages, checking us out on Twitter and Instagram, liking all our photos on there, leaving comments, questions, anything you want to know, or any suggestions for topics for us to talk about on the show, stuff for us to cover, you know, gripes, you know, mark comments, whatever the hell you want to do. Subscribe to our YouTube channels. Check us out all over podcasting platforms, iTunes, Audio Boom, Spotify, Google Play Music, etc., etc. Check out our relevant reviews on our notes section, on our Facebook group page, on the Japanese Puro Ichiban page, on WordPress, and on falsefinish.com. Hit us up for your copy of the most interactive wrestling zine on the planet, The Relevant Rag. Issue 3 is out now. A lot of cool contributions, lots of artwork, recipes. You know, the Relevant Rap is in there. Some special
the fish sandwich is there.
Yep. The Shibata fish sandwich recipe is there. The SummerSlam burger recipe is there. You know, of course, some hidden Easter eggs and all that kind of stuff for you BuzzHumans. So hit us up if you want to get a copy of that. Not too many left. 24 pages printed on high quality paper with a color cover. So check it out. Quality has improved. If you want to support us monetarily, the best way to do that is by checking out our Relevant Rasslin Pro Shop. That's our Big Cartel page. We got some exclusive zines on there, a cassette tape for all you collectors out there, and some cool Japanese women's wrestling prints. So support us. The holiday season is coming up. What a better way to support your Buzz family by, you know, gifting them with something awesome from the Relevant Rasslin crew. So I want to give a big thanks out and lots of relevant love, of course, to Tim, who joined us earlier, and Chris, who's still here with me, Jake, Dan, Jeremy, Tyler, and the rest of the Relevant Rasslin crew. Big shout outs to everyone at False Finish Productions, Austin and Bob at IcoPod. Make sure to check out Tim's page, Bruiser_Brody. That's BREWSIR_Brody for all of your wrestling related craft beer reviews. I know you hear it in the background because it's playing loud and proud. That's the Relevant Rap, brought to you by John Kramer, aka Jamel Wright. Thanks for all of last month's artwork, and make sure to check out his crazy collages. That's our boy Hulk Hogan, HULLKOGAN. On Instagram, Tenacious Tyler for the Flyers, the Suck Me Crew for all the good times at the live show. Had a great time at Beyond Wrestling this past Sunday. Make sure to check out their Halloween show coming up on Halloween in Worcester, and their Women's Wrestling Revolution show, their sister promotion show coming up 10/28 in Deer Park in Long Island, same day as WWE Evolution pay-per-view. We'll be talking more about that on the upcoming episodes of Aura Goes Beyond and Weekly Buzz. Everyone who contributed with the Relevant Rag, Buzz Humans, for False Finish Productions and Relevant Rasslin Productions, kayfabe may be dead, but originality and diversity are not. Relevant Rasslin Productions is always relevant to us. Damn it. Peace.
What you gonna do? Relevant Wrestling. It's best for business. Relevant Wrestling. Feel the bang. Relevant Wrestling. Who's next? Relevant Wrestling. We the people. Relevant Wrestling. What's up with that? Relevant Wrestling. That's how I roll. Relevant Wrestling. Top guys out.